Welcome, friends, to this wonderful episode of Manovak. And this is the question for Guruji today. What are the different levels of consciousness, Guruji? And what is Samadhi Avastha exactly? Is this state necessary for the experience of self realization or revelation of soul, as you often call it?
Yeah. Okay. Um, as I've often said, consciousness is too vast a concept to understand completely. But for us humans, we are concerned with a few levels of that vast consciousness. In the sense, we experience waking consciousness, we experience sleeping consciousness, dream consciousness, coma. And there's one other state which is called the theta level of the mind, which is a deep meditative state. And it is in that state where you can go into a superconscious state. Through the theta level, you go into a superconscious state. Now, by and large, these levels of consciousness just help us to experience different states of existence in the physical world. Forget about the spirit world, we're not touching that now. One of the advantages of being human is this experience of these conscious states, or the states of consciousness, in one kind of a sequence. Means you can be in one of these states at any point of time. Okay. Because in the spirit world there are different states of consciousness which you don't experience here, and they don't experience our states of consciousness. Okay. So it is a special privilege as a human being to experience these states of consciousness. That is why, one of the reasons why we take a human birth. Now coming to what is Samadhi. Samadhi is a very strange state of super consciousness, I would say, or it is even beyond the state of consciousness at times, which is more of an experience in that state. Now, what it really means is, you see, nobody can really describe it, because each experience of Samadhi is really individualistic, in the sense that, like, suppose I put a huge dish of food in front of 10 people. Now everyone will taste the same food, but everyone will have a different interpretation of that food. It will be the same meal, okay, say it's biryani, but everyone will have a different experience of that taste, isn't it? I mean, somebody will find it a little sweeter, somebody will find it a little sour, somebody will find it a little salty, somebody might find it a little hot, or whatever. I mean, somebody will find it perfect. So everyone will have a different taste, experience of that taste. Similarly, in Samadhi, basic avastha or basic state is the same, but everyone experiences a little differently. Now, what really happens over here? Basically, as I said, the experience is slightly different for each person, but what really happens? You see, we have what we call the Atma, or the Ansh, the pure consciousness of divinity in us. That is the Jyot, that is the ultimate spark in us, which where the soul starts its entire journey. It's a reflection of the supreme power we have in us, and which is what we discover or realize when the soul is revealed, when in the revelation of the soul, or self-realization. Now, that is your own. It is individualized. That spark is individualized. Okay. Now, on one hand, you have your mind. Okay. On the other hand, you have the supreme power, God. the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to give. Now, just for a moment, imagine that this mic over here, this is my Atma, this is my pure consciousness, my individualized consciousness. Okay? My left hand is my mind, and my right hand is God, Supreme Power, Supreme Soul, the Holy Spirit. With a lot of sadhana and with a lot of meditation and going into theta level of consciousness, what you have to do is bring this mind close to the Atma and merge with it to such an extent that the mind disappears. So there is no mind left. When no mind is left, there is no identity. There is no I.
There is no individuality.
There is no individuality, nothing. It's just pure awareness. So the first stage of samadhi, of course, it goes very progressively as you meditate.
So this is Sarvikalpa Samadhi.
This is Sarvikalpa Samadhi. When your mind is completely merged into the Atma and has no individuality left, your own individualized Atma. Remember that. We are not talking about the Supreme Spirit, that's still far. It's over here. Here. When that merger takes place and your mind is completely absorbed in and merged into your Atma, into your Ansh, the spark of God, that is Sarvikalpa Samadhi. But it's not the ultimate. You enjoy it. It's a thrilling experience. And again, it's an experience you realize after you have an experience. It's always like that. You know, when you come out of it, you realize you had an experience.
You can't realize what you have
what
enjoyed.
you've gone through or enjoyed after you come out of it,
Absolutely.
not during that time. Because at that time, you don't have the individuality to analyze it. That is why. Now, when you can sit in this avastha, in this state of pure bliss, because this is pure bliss, then what you have to do is drag the Supreme Soul towards yourself. Which again, there are ways of doing it, there are methods of doing it. You can, by just being absorbed in your Atma, you're automatically drawing the Supreme Spirit towards you. And at some stage, when this energy, when the power of the Supreme Spirit enters you, that is the ultimate. That is when you have the revelation of the soul. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Too much technicality.
It's too much technicality. Yeah, I know. It's a little too technical. It's too far reaching for ordinary people to achieve. I mean, like 1 in a million can really achieve that. But the earlier stages, many people experience and can be experienced very easily. In fact, if you follow Babaji's Kriya Yoga methods, the cervical samadhi is a very easy state to get into.
Is it?
Yeah, because once you control prana, you can completely bring your mind to a standstill. That is why.
And
Through
that
prana.
is
Through
when
prana.
your mind is completely still, you are
merged
experiencing
into
oneness with your own self.
Your own self, exactly. Though that is not the only method. That is a scientific and easy method. There are many other methods you can do. You can adopt to enter into samadhi avastha. This is not the only method. There are many other methods.
Yeah, but
So,
this is more like there is a pattern, a method to follow.
There is a step-by-step
Yeah, step-by-step method.
Exactly. Otherwise, you're just groping in the dark, and it can take years and years and lifetimes to achieve.
Guruji, then what is subconscious, conscious and superconscious states of
So these
mind?
are the superconscious states of mind.
Okay.
These are superconscious states of mind.
And what right now I am feeling is the conscious state.
Right now you are in the conscious state.
So where comes the subconscious?
Subconscious is just your unactive mind, but it's still the mind.
Is it the hard disk of the soul?
It is like the hard disk of the soul. Yes, you can
where
say that.
the entire journey is captured. That
Everything
is what is the
everything
subconscious
there.
mind.
It's in the Sushumna Nadi. Your entire mind is in the Sushumna Nadi.
Okay.
So the subconscious is a collection in the Sushumna Nadi of all your experiences, your memories, your samskaras, your desires, your thoughts. Everything is in the subconscious, and your conscious mind is only activated by the five senses.
Okay.
So the rest of it stays in the subconscious. So yes, you can say it's like a hard disk.
But that is what is majorly influencing the conscious then.
Of course, it influences the conscious, but your conscious mind is influenced by the environment and your five senses also.
So our thoughts, our behavior or personality
That comes from the subconscious mind.
mind.
Correct.
Okay.
That comes from subconscious mind.
and desires and
That
wants.
could be your the combination
subconscious.
of subconscious
So
and
it's-
your five senses.
So that's I say both
They
more
both
or
play a
less
role. They
are
both
like
play a role. They
play
both play a
together,
role.
play
Correct.
together.
Correct.
So it's a quite a long journey, Guruji.
Yeah.
Till you clear your subconscious mind, your conscious mind is not going to come under
You can
control.
never clear it, but you can bypass it. Yeah.
You can bypass it.
You can bypass. It's not going to go away. I mean, how can just because you sit in samadhi doesn't mean your
Because
subconscious.
just now it's like as far as
It
I
doesn't-
feel it's
it
heavily
doesn't-
influencing my
It is
living.
influencing. So what you can do is reduce its influence.
And that is what the Kriya Yoga or any other yoga
all
tries to
the
do.
yogas try to do, all the sadhana tries to do that. Yes. So basically, you cannot destroy your mind, but you can merge it completely into the Atma, where it loses its individuality, its functionality.
And your operation base shifts from subconscious to superconscious.
Superconscious. Correct. So then you're in a superconscious state.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guruji. My God, such a difficult topic, but now I
As
think I
simply I can,
at least I
put
can
it, yeah.
understand little bit of it.
As simple as I can put it. So it's a complex thing to experience, but this is as simply as I can put it.
Thank you so much. So here we are at the end of this episode and see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining.